welcome to another episode of Liqvd in Talks. Today's guest needs no introduction. Welcome Sonali. She's Sonali Singh, Deputy General Manager, Tata Motors. She told me specifically to mention that from the CVEV side. And welcome to Lit.
Thank you so much, Arnab.
Before we start anything, just a little bit about yourself for everybody.
So it's been a long journey for me, as you have known me. So with brand marketing, it's been more than 14 years that I've been involved with various brands. Panasonic, so that was close to 6 years. Did a shorter stint with consulting as well. That was in Hyderabad, another geography.
Yeah.
Then started my journey in Mumbai with Bosch Appliances. And presently, I'm working as a brand lead capacity with Tata Motors. More than 2 years I'm working with the brand and looking forward to it.
What we do for every episode, we kind of keep themes, 3 themes that we keep. So for your talk, we have 3 themes like power moves, battery brands, and running the long game. My first question actually, because somebody in Tata Group, because as an agency, even Liquidation works with some of the Tata Group brands, told me that we are not selling trucks. We are selling cleaner, greener India to the Indians, right? As a marketer, you said that it's great to be a marketer because it adds a different dimension. What do you tell your agency every time you ask them to do a campaign?
There are biofuels, there is EV adoption, which is happening at a very rapid pace. So you need to understand what is the usage basically. We are a very diverse country. There is different terrains, different geographies. So the need of the consumers is very different.
Yeah.
So what I tell the first thing to my creative partner or stakeholders is please understand that who we are talking to. So that's the most important thing.
But you're still making it aspirational, right? How you guys are managing it?
It's a very wide portfolio. Again, I would like to mention the fact we are contributing in the growth of the country. We are providing occupation, we are giving them a earning mode with the advent of commercial vehicles, because a lot of them have driver turned owners in date of today. So as you know well, entrepreneurship has hit the country in last few years in a very big way. They need a fuel efficient vehicle. That's the first thing. Second is profitability. So we specifically do spend a lot of time in the R&D. So safety is one parameter where it needs to be top notch. We don't want to compromise on the safety of the driver. So these are a few needs which we need to take care.
If EV marketing was a race, right? What do you think are the biggest roadblocks that everybody is completely misunderstanding right now?
With respect to EV adoption, there are a lot of myths which are there. There are a lot of factors which we are still not ready with. One, of course, I would say is the charging infrastructure. Then we have multiple weathers in our country, especially the monsoon weather and the different terrains, which we are trying to take care of by doing rigorous testing on the test tracks which we have in our plants and various other facilities.
Brings me to a question which I didn't plan but definitely comes to my mind. I happened to come across a study by, I think, Cognizant, which says that top 10 countries in the world of commercial vehicles, India is at the number 9 when it comes to adoption to safety measures, which are already part of the vehicle, right? Do you guys do anything about it when it comes to marketing, like for at that ground level to tell people to be, more prepared for situations that could go out of hand or go south?
We need to invest a lot in the training of these drivers community. There are several depots where we have put up a very connected channel where trainers are present and the community is trained periodically. So the testing conditions can vary the actual conditions. Telematics, which we offer them alongside with the vehicle. So that helps them to understand the vehicle dynamics.
Because you work with that segment so closely, and I'm talking about the drivers and the entrepreneurs or drivers who turn entrepreneurs. What is the difference between their digital adoption to a city entrepreneur who's doing a 9 to 5 office work?
So a normal 9 to 5, let's say a young executive professional, they have similar digital hobbies or adaptations. So that includes entertainment, news, the usage of GPS. They are watching other regional sports such as kabaddi, badminton. We need to take care of these interests. So most of our content needs to be created in different vernacular language.
Right.
And that is what helps us to create a very active engagement with this audience.
What is your no BS take on digital transformation or various Indian organizations which are becoming digitally savvy now? What should their plan of action be?
I think digital transformation has happened like a way of life, how we are living and consuming in our everyday routine. So that has digitally transformed. We have to create an engagement with the consumer. We have to be mobile first.
Right.
Like we never knew WhatsApp is going to be the
The main
advertising
social media,
medium,
correct.
the main social media. And then AI on top of it is changing the entire scheme
True.
of things, because we want the consumer to have a very strong recall of the brand.
You said that we have to be mobile first for this audience. Your audience do not swipe like the B2C audience, right? I'm guessing because they're driving right, most of the time. What does digital performance look like for Tata Commercial EV? How do you plan performance?
Let's say driving a truck in down south, maybe carrying a different load than someone in Jammu and Kashmir or up north. I will have to create my content visually aligned with that. So for me, the content needs to be localized because I need them to be hooked. Definitely, I'm talking about a RTB to match with it, whether
Yeah.
it is payload capacity, let's say, or profitability, the running cost,
Yeah.
or the range anxiety.
Yeah.
And not to miss out the aspirational part also. A truck driver, a couple of years ago, they will have something like a gamcha in their neck.
Correct, correct.
But in date of today, do they use the same
No,
attire?
correct.
No, they are much more trendier. So we want to showcase the same thing in our visuals.
So the other day I was doing a little research on Airbnb on experiences that you can book in Bombay. You know, the experiences that you will find in Bombay are only Dharavi visit, Dhobi Ghat visit, slum dwell visit. There is no visit of Sea Link. There is no visit of Queen's Necklace. That is exactly the point. I think imagery that we have created about Indian truck driver के सर पे गमछा बांध के लुंगी पहन के truck चलाएगा.
Absolutely.
I think that's a huge change that
Yes.
we have to really bring in. That brings me to a question. Suppose you're given 1 crore rupees today. What are your selection vehicles? And by vehicle I don't mean your vehicle. The advertising
I understand
vehicle.
that. Being a
Where
marketeer.
Where is your buck?
We keep on lookout to create new formats, reels or static, using Gen AI, Mid Journey, fleet owners, and our consumers. We hear them. On the influencers and creators, they create a very positive impact.
Okay.
Apart from this, yes, TV is still a bigger medium. Sports marketing, not to miss out. So
Yeah.
any new launch you will see and witness
Right.
during the IPL tenure.
True.
There are a lot of activations which are needed because there are a lot of new technologies, new features developed. We have more than 20 safety features in our school buses. Like there are days such as environment days. Yeah, festival marketing is again a very big area for us. Radio is important. Activations in areas such as different nakas, mandi,
Right.
there is the Rath Yatra, there is Kumbh Mela. So as a brand, I need to create a positive impact into these on-ground events also. Apart from that, we have exhibitions. Our Prime Minister is promoting EV first vehicles, and the entire globalization and urbanization of Indian roads has happened. So that is where I think the budgets will be distributed.
So you came from consumer electronics to consumer vehicle, right? You spoke about now how your marketing is entirely, you're kind of touching nodes of marketing that is needed. That was directly to consumers, right? Like it's my home decision, so I'm going to decide for my home, that kind of an audience. Has it changed anyway, or the mix is still the same?
Like dishwasher was something which created a disruption
Yeah.
a couple of years ago in the Indian kitchen. So we called it Indian kitchen ka dishwasher. So how I can create a parallel equation is we are calling our trucks Desh ke trucks. Here we are talking about the nation's growth, progress and development from a home to the entire nation. So that's the transformation which has happened. Because like dishwasher was never a market, we created like as a new category. Whereas here I am talking about the features as well as how it is impacting their lives.
That actually brings me to my next question, which says, suppose you didn't have the legacy of Tata's and we are still launching the EV. Is there anything you would have done differently than what you see today around you?
I would have maybe taken much more research earlier, maybe a decade ago. But let's say in understanding the pain points or creating the EV infrastructure, we could have, done it much more earlier while
Okay.
understanding the geographical challenges.
Is there anything you can talk about what you think that you had to unlearn because of what your change in this genre of marketing that you have gotten into?
Yes, definitely. A lot of things. We try and create a background of where they are working, how their lives are in date of today, and how it transformed with that new vehicle, how their earnings increased, like with the use of telematics.
What is telematics? Sorry.
Okay, so telematics is a fleet management solution. You can track your vehicle performance from a remote location. You will see everything via app, where your vehicle is standing, how much fuel is consumed. So apart from that, there is ADAS, which is the accident preventative measure. I want to create a brand recall, persona of my brand, which will be obviously much more long lasting.
So that brings me to the segment where I said the one that almost did not happen. So Sonali is an avid marathoner. She runs the marathon every year and few number of times. India's all marathons we take part of, and maybe some international ones as well. Morning marathoner, daytime sprinter. How do you manage this?
I feel there is no work life balance is a myth. And as a marketer, you need to be constantly thinking, you need to be constantly working on the ideas in back of your brain. So you are, in a way, you are not at rest. How I have tried to reboot myself is via the constant running attempt, but you actually feel new. So that newness you carry throughout the day, throughout the week. So that has helped me to constantly improve my focus. That's how it has helped me.
You can take as much time to run 42 kilometers. What if your agency tells you that it will take as much time to come back on the creative?
No, that's
How
not
will
going
you
to
handle
happen.
it?
I will be in soup if that is happening quite often. You have to balance the time, and you have to have a timeline if there is a brief or
So
a
there's always a
campaign
sprint at work.
which is delivering, which you
Yeah.
have to deliver.
What is your preferred stack of choice when it comes to platform selection?
So usually we go for a full funnel strategy. So here on commercial vehicle, there are a lot of platforms like truckdekho.coms, not to miss out Meta and Google. Mobile first platforms, hyperlocal campaigns also a part of my digital strategy. So attribute modeling is what we also do at times. So as a part of SEO also we do a lot of dealer location boost so that we can get the audiences over there. Not to miss out social media because topical days are big, festival times are big. So this is what is a healthy mix which we are using.
They say almost 40% of the searches are going to the AI overview. Is it a similar behavior for your audience as well?
To some extent it is being used, but see, we are trying to focus more on organic searches. We want
So
to
AI
build in
overview is
strong,
entirely organic,
yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
So there has to be a long tail keyword which
Okay.
helps me to create more. Well, if I talk about bus, there are multiple applications. There are intercity application, there are route applications, there is ambulances van, there are school vans. So I need to reach out to a very wide cohort. So we try and use all these in one single mix.
Okay, just a little product slide in. But we launched a new product called Tesseract, which essentially gives you a decision support system and where your brand actually positions itself across all the large language models.
So does it works on some data driven?
Yeah, absolutely. So it
okay.
got all APIs from all LLMs possible.
Oh, that-
Shows you what coverage you already have, does coverage of your competitors,
Okay.
and kind of tells you where do you rank. And it also suggests what are the things that one must do to
Okay.
be able to do better across the large language
Oh,
models. So
interesting.
definitely try that. That actually brings me to the last segment, and I'm not going to bore you with more questions. It's a rapid fire round. I'm going to ask you a few questions, and you have literally no time to answer. More budget or more time?
More budget.
One marketing trend you think are overhyping right now?
The way we are approaching briefs, that needs to be more automated. So while we are meeting our creative partners, they need to do a little more hard work and come up with an automated brief while they are meeting the client.
So you walk out with a brief
Yes.
from a meeting. Okay. If you were a tagline today, what would it be?
If you touch the ground, you will always go up.
Talk about your personal brand in 3 emojis. What would they be?
The first one would be the dragon horns on the emoji. Another would be cloud one because I'm constantly thinking. The third one, excited with the star. I'm very passionate. I'm mostly excited and curious about the new things.
If you were not in marketing, where would you be?
Maybe a sports person running on some international tracks.
One brand campaign you are secretly jealous of.
Amul doodh pita hai India.
Okay. one thing that no agency ever gets right about your EVs.
So they first don't understand the range, the running cost and the range anxiety. They're never able to show it exactly visually. So that's the problem area.
Okay, one last question. One line to describe you in 2030.
Ever evolving? Younger?
Always on beta.
Always
On beta.
We'll cut this. I was not prepared for this. Always
Okay, cool. That's all. So
Okay.
thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.